guys, today I'm going to show you my version, my bad version of PHARRAOH's BCB Crusader Trangia conversion. I got some 16 gauge steel from Lowe's. That's about the closest thing I could get to spring steel. I don't even know what that is, but that's what PHARRAOH used. It comes in a sheet like this. Welding steel, they call it 6x18, 16 gauge. It's a little thick, very hard to. I had to use a jigsaw with a metal blade to cut it, and it just my accuracy wasn't that good. These are the 2" by 2" pieces. These grooves are supposed to be 300 thousandths deep, but I used a Dremel tool with a cutting disc on it to try to cut those out, and you know, I went a little too far, which is going to cause problems here later on. But just 2 of those. These are nowhere near square. I mean, cutting with a jigsaw was near impossible. These are the other two. These are 3" by 650 thousandths roughly high. I put all the cut ends at a 1/4 of an inch in from the edge, and I miscounted on this one, mismeasured, so I had to go back and do that, but didn't really help my fit any. So I'll show you how it goes in. It's a little bit of a struggle. I think my cuts are too deep. So what happens is when you put it in, it's actually hitting the burner in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually hitting the burner. I don't know if that's going to impede anything. I mean, you can move it around and get it off the holes. You definitely can't use the simmer ring like you could with PHARRAOH's. I really think somebody's missing the ball here. Somebody should manufacture these things and sell them, because I'd certainly buy one. So you can see it's not up off of the thing. So it's a little squirrely, but it still holds the cup fairly well. You know, I don't think that's, see, that's a problem. But hopefully you're not going to encounter that kind of shake. You got to have these things at least a 1/4 inch in on these 3" bars, because you won't clear the little cup at the bottom or the sides of the Trangia. So we're going to give it a shot. I mean, it's not level or anything like that. I've got another, if you watch my other video, I've got another expired Mountain House. This is bacon and eggs, or scrambled eggs with bacon anyway. That expired in July, and we're in August again, so I'm going to use heat on the stove. I've never used a stove before, so this will be a first for that. I'm not really sure how much fuel I'm supposed to put in here. We're going to go about halfway and see if that does it. There, we're going to go ahead and try it. The recipe calls for boiling a cup of water. Go a little more when I do these, because I end up boiling it too long or something. It's starting to come out the holes, so it's heating up. I tried not to set that holder on right over a hole, so shot. Can't really see the flame there. We're also going to be using the, this is heavy cover from heavycover.com. Nice little cover, got a strainer side in it, so you can pick it up, nice little handle. It's pretty heavy duty. It weighs a little bit, so if you guys are worried about weight, that you may want to weigh the costs and of carrying this thing, but I think it really helps with your boil times, and the customer service at Heavy Cover is excellent, so I recommend them. Hopefully that flame is still going. You can't see it in there. That might be impeding my airflow too much because I'm too close to the... Too close to the burner with that. The PHARRAOH was really precise when he made his. Of course, I think he had access to some good equipment. I don't know. Maybe you could make this out of an aluminum. They had some aluminum sheet at Lowe's that was thinner, and it might have been easier to cut. I might be able to cut that with some tin snips and be a little more accurate. I might give that a shot next time I'm at Lowe's or Home Depot, one of those. Maybe I'll check Home Depot, see if they have anything different. This really was a hard to cut with a metal blade and a jigsaw to be anywhere near accurate. And I'm no handyman or construction worker or anything like that. I got very little experience with jigsaws and tools of any kind. We're rolling up on about 3.5 minutes. Probably closer to 4 because I didn't start the timer right away, but it's getting hot. Make sure to leave your lid ring up when you're doing this, because if you got it down and that lid gets hot, it's gonna be hard to get it up without burning yourself. I think people average around 6-8 minutes with these Trangia stoves on boiling a cup of water, but I can't be sure. Remember for sure. This thing is quiet. I mean, it doesn't make any noise at all. I have one of those Svea brass stoves. I think they use for alpine hiking, backpacking. That thing, when you get that, I'll do a video on that eventually, but when you light that thing up, it sounds like a jet engine. So this is a big difference. Eventually, I'd like to get myself a set of the Trangia cook set. I'd like to get the hard anodized, everything in hard anodized, but boy, you can't find that anywhere in the States anyway, online. You can get almost everything hard anodized except for the frying pan that's got no stick in it. Not hard anodized. If anybody's got any experience with that stuff, drop a comment in there. I'm curious how that no stick holds up, and if it's worth something just happened there. Hissed. If that hard anodized versus non-stick, if it's worth just going for the non-stick frying pan, get everything else hard anodized. I think you may be able to buy the frying pan hard anodized on its own, but not as part of a kit. Here we're at, I'm going to say 6.5 minutes. A little steam, but Alright, I got flame coming up on both sides of the container now, so. The heat is relatively, got a little bottle heat, folks, that's what you're supposed to use. If you can't find methylated spirits. I found some at Tractor Supply, the only place in town that had a can, but I got some heat too, just to try the different stuff. Don't use the red bottle. Oh, we can hear it. We're rolling on a little over 8 minutes. The stove just kicked into overdrive. Alright, we're just under 10 minutes, and I've got a rolling boil on there. See, my burner kind of fell over, but it still held. So, gonna open up the Mountain House. Find the oxygen absorber, take that out. There's a pre-water. Seal this up. Carefully. Now, tricky thing here. It's got to sit 5 to 6 minutes, so we'll do 6 just to be safe. Now, the tricky part here is I'm not going to be able to snuff that because my steel pieces are in there. Odin just got up and moved because I'm not a big fan of fire. I almost blew us up a while back, a couple years ago, a little oil and gas mixture on some brush, and it wasn't mixed real well, and the dumb move. I poured it on, lit it, and I shot a fireball up in the sky, probably about 20 feet. He took off. I singed the hair off one side of my body, just the arms and whatnot, but pretty scary. And he hasn't gone. Anytime I start a fire now, it's been quite a few years, and anytime I start a fire, he won't.
Visitors!
Oh.
Better put on pants.
My little Simpsons tapped out kicking in. He hasn't wanted to go near a fire anytime soon. Barbecue grill, stove, doesn't matter. He doesn't trust me anymore with fire. Alright, so that worked alright, I guess. I don't know if I'd rely on it in a life and death situation, but PHARRAOH's was definitely a much more elegant solution, and probably quite a bit lighter weight. This is a thick metal, but it worked, you know. For a guy who doesn't know much about tools and whatnot, that's it. Turned out all right for the first try. Can't use the simmering though. That's a downer, I guess. Cool little stove though, I really like it. And I didn't use hardly any fuel. I'm right about, it's not even noticeable how much I used. And again, I'm going to give you the heavy cover. And actually the interior surface of this is quite shiny. You probably could use that as a signal mirror in a pinch. I'll weigh this later and I'll throw the weight in a little subtitle there, but yeah, it's solid. These will come in really handy if you're making rice or something. Just check them out. They sell all kinds of stuff over there, all kinds of outdoor stuff. They have like 10% off coupons. If you sign up their email list, they'll hook you up with that fairly often. So this cover went for with a 10% discount. I got this for $21.10 plus shipping, I think, which was $4.95 or something like that. So it wasn't that bad. Yeah, if anybody, if I didn't do anything right with that stove, I mean, if I'm supposed to put more fuel in there or whatnot, somebody can give me a shout out on the comments so that I can learn from that. Because I've watched a few videos, but it's always really hard to tell how much fuel somebody's putting in. I didn't want to put too much and cause myself, catastrophe. We've got about a minute and a half left on cook time. I don't know, the last time when I made that chicken, I think part of my, you'll see that other video where I made the chicken. I think part of the chicken was not submerged in the water, because I messed around with boiling the water too long. I think I lost enough water that it didn't fill the bag well enough, and some of it didn't look rehydrated. I almost wonder if you can get away with something that just two pieces that sat out here, or sat this way. Still pretty hot, like this. Okay, so our scrambled eggs and bacon should be done. Put a bit of water in here. Carefully drain this water out of the pouch. Yeah. That's gonna be the trick. Odin will probably want to drink that bacon flavored water. Actually, clogging that up. Probably not designed really for that purpose, but we'll try it the old-fashioned way. We're losing a little bit of egg here, but really a good way to do this. Suppose you could drink that water if you were really worried about it. Bacon, see, I supposed to stir this before I closed it up. Trying to cause all the bacon sit on the bottom. So we got a majority of the water out. So bacon and eggs. Yeah, not bad. A little salt and pepper would help her out a little bit, but there it is. If you want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. See you next time.